Real Talk
with Adore
and Dave.
Welcome back to another episode. This is the Real Talk with Adore and Daisy. I am Adore for anyone new tuning in.
I am Daisy, the other half of Real Talk, and we have a special guest with us today.
Hold on, before we get into that, let's talk about how is your mental health today.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute since we asked, and a lot of people do be intrigued, like when we ask how's your mental health, because it let them think about their own mental health. But today, mine is pretty good. Like, I'm in a good place. I've just been learning myself a little more, taking a little more time to myself. So all in all, and I got a lot of good things coming up. I'm in a good space right now.
Love to hear. I'm in a good space too, like overall with my actual mental health. A bad day doesn't really affect my mental health, I should say, because my bad days aren't every day, thank God. So that's good. How about yours?
I'm good.
You good?
I am good.
You good? Okay, so let's get into our guest. Go ahead and tell the people who you are and what you got going on. Don't leave nothing out because you got a lot going on.
Thank you, for sure.
So my name is Elle Brianna. A lot of people call me Elle Matic. The Elle Matic View was my YouTube for a while. So I am a YouTuber. I am a voice for the voiceless, I feel like. You know, I'm a truth speaker, a truth seeker. I am an actress. I am a furrier. I'm a Jane of all trades. So It's nothing I'm not doing. I'm a curator of vibes. I'm a bartender. I got to get all the money.
Your
I'm
energy.
a soon-to-be author, so we can get into
Okay.
that.
Congratulations on that. But your energy, I love good energy in the studio. That kind of like direct me. Okay, so before we get into our topics and all the things that I want to talk about, I want to shout out my girl Kicking It with Kelsey.
Yay.
Yes, Kelsey is amazing.
I listen to all her episodes for one. I just want to put that out there, girl. You good. But we listened to your episode, and I listened to it when she dropped it. Probably last year or whatever. And right when you started, so I'm like, nope, we got to get her on here. Or whatever. So like, it was divine time for it to work out. But like, that was a deep, deep conversation. Like,
thank you.
For the people that don't know, the conversation was about daddy issues. You know, it's not rare that we go through that in our community. So it was, y'all touched on so much. And like, one thing I know is that you can't never really tell what nobody done been through, because sometimes people carry it so well, or they've healed and they just want to heal other people. Like, you just never know what nobody went through. So I just think that conversation had to be had. So we do want to touch on like daddy issues a little bit. But yeah, that conversation was really good.
I think that we don't talk enough about mommy and daddy issues.
True.
You know? A lot of people have mommy issues too, but it's like a lot of times we don't want to hold our moms accountable because she's the mom. She birthed you. She's done so many things. But I think more often than not, parenting doesn't have a rule book. You're a parent. I'm not sure if you're a parent.
No, not yet.
I'm not a parent either. I couldn't imagine the day to day. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, you're learning yourself, right? So you're learning yourself on top of being a mother of two. Trying to have a career, having a career, it's hard.
It's
so
hard
a lot
as
of
hell.
times we have to forgive our parents because we're healing too. You know, we're understanding ourselves, and that's one thing about my mom. I had to explain to her, like I resented her young, but now I'm like, now I'm your age. When I remember you being this age, and I couldn't imagine having two kids. They daddy got killed. You dealing with a whole nother nigga. That is a whole nother situation. You went through a lot. My mother literally functioned in depression and dysfunction for so long. And she didn't recognize it. And even now, so now she's married and she's realizing those things. And a lot of times I catch her say, I wasn't the best. Like, I get that. Let's move past what you weren't and let's do it to what you are and what we can be moving forward.
I wanted to touch on you saying that now that you've gotten older and you're healing and you're starting to understand, you wanted to forgive her for that.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the place too with my father to where I can understand more now as I'm older why you did what you did and you made the decisions that you made and the choices that you made. Like, it's not until I got older and actually like healed. So that's very important.
It is. And a lot of times they have to forgive themselves too. They think that you're still angry or upset. It's like, I'm not. I want you to change now, you know. And me and my mother are getting to a place where now she's understanding me as a woman and who I am as a person. Because, you know, your parents just think you the kid, but it's like, I'm not the kid no more. You know, I'm an adult now. You're an adult. We have to be respectful to each other. We have to hear each other and see each other for who we are and not for who you want us to be. A lot of times we expect things out of parents too. And we can't expect that they're human. They're figuring things out every day. Even at 50 years old, she's still figuring who she is. You know what I'm saying? And I would not be sitting here today if my father wasn't murdered. I wouldn't be sitting here today if I didn't live with my grandparents who did an amazing job with me, or have my mom and make sure I was structured with education or just different things. I wouldn't be here. So I don't even take his death as a bad thing anymore. I take it as a purpose because I wouldn't be able to have those daddy issues conversations, or I don't think I would be Elle Matic if I had my dad.
You wouldn't have that view.
I wouldn't have that view. I wouldn't have the love I have for people. I wouldn't love so hard. I wouldn't understand people as much because I had to take the time back and be like, I knew life was short at 12. I knew life is short at 12. I shouldn't have known that. So for me, I always have been a person that wanted to love on people and hug on people and just wanted them in my life. And then I had to get boundaries with that too. Like, just because I love you and just because I want you in my life, you got to value me too. So a lot had to come with understanding that. You know, it's just, I could go all day about that, but
we got to break it down.
The boundaries matter. Like, you can love somebody and not deal with them. Like, you can love with somebody but love yourself more.
Arm's length.
Yeah.
Arm's length. I don't have to like you.
I don't.
I can love you and you cannot be my cup of tea, and that is okay. And I could pray for you every day. I could hug you when I see you, and I'm learning about the hugging thing too. And I told you I'm a hugger. That's energy that's transferable. That sometimes you don't know what demons got on you simply from a hug. It's a lot of things I'm understanding now. Like, as I'm getting older, like, you gotta really be careful about the energy that you allow in your life. You just, even if something as quick as a hey girl and keep it moving. You ever hug somebody or talk to someone and you be like, I'm drained.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired.
What you just said before you walked in, right? And he was like, I was like, nope, I ain't got time today.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how that was going to make your day go. And it's okay to say, I don't feel like being bothered with that shit. I'm good.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You got to have boundaries.
You do.
You got to set boundaries. Like, they're important. They help you be who you are. Like,
I set boundaries with family.
you have to.
I need a break for about a week.
Cause family feel like you owe them your time or your space, and no, I do not.
It's entitlement.
And it's crazy.
And entitlement is so. I just made a post about that. Like, entitlement is so false. Because really, what you thought, it's your thought, versus what it is. Because you think that you should have this, when in truth of the matter is reality is different. I know I'm an entitled person. I'm honest enough to say that.
Me too.
I'm the oldest child, oldest grandchild. I think I should come before everybody.
I just feel like my entitlement comes with when I'm ready to do something, I'm ready to do it now. Like, and you should be ready too. So,
Period.
But I don't want to talk. But I don't want to talk when you ready to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my type of entitlement. I'm one of them.
Communicator.
I'm working on that.
I used to be a great communicator. And then I was an over communicator. And I realized
that's the problem. I'm not over communicating anything no more because I feel like I shouldn't even have to say it.
You
now
should
you
have
know.
sense enough to know how you want to be treated, right? But I have to understand that everybody don't think like you.
Everybody don't think.
So you have to. It's so hard.
It's so hard. It's so hard because it's a never-ending cycle. Like, it comes from somebody being entitled to your time, or you feel like I'm being an over communicator. Well, when you were an over communicator, like, you just don't want to do it no more. And now people just feel like,
because they weren't hearing you.
Yeah, like,
You
it's like I
listening
don't want to keep saying. I don't want to have to say anything now. Like, and if you don't get it, then I don't know.
But it's like, how do we solve that? Like,
How do we
I can't
solve
read your mind, right? So I'm dealing with that too. Like, okay, I went from over communicating to not communicating, and then dealing with someone who's like, we're not going to sleep
until
not
you
talking.
Right.
We're gonna talk.
That's how
about
it's supposed to be, though. That's really how I like that.
Yeah, it's a transition.
It's definitely a
definitely a
transition. You got to find somebody who is willing to communicate with you.
It's just a human experience. You know, every day is a human experience, and you just never know what you're going to experience. And then, like I said, just being we're regular people. I swear I just had this conversation with someone who was like, you this, you that. I'm like, I'm really fucking regular as hell. Don't think that Kim Kardashian not regular. She's regular in her world. In her world, she's regular. And she's still a human, so she's entitled to feel how she feel, you know, spaz out if she wants to. Anybody, they're entitled to feel that way. They're a celebrity. They're on your platform that's not realistic.
Right.
I feel like we put people
just because they're popular means they're supposed to be perfect.
Exactly.
No.
Oh my goodness. So when I started the Elle Matic View, that was a big deal, right? Because people saw me for who I was and not who I was becoming and who I am, right? So it was a pedestal that put me on that I didn't ask to be on.
I did not ask to be on.
So when I went through a transition with a relationship that was dysfunctional, and people thought I was better than that, and I was better than that, but I'm entitled to fuck with a fun boy. And
right.
I got my heart. I don't know if I got my heart broken. I got disappointed, but
right.
You know, he lost, not me. And
right.
The judgment behind that, like, you shouldn't be. Who are you to say that?
Who are you?
I am a regular person. Just because I'm telling you, you know, I'm on, and that's kind of why I ended the Elle Matic View. And it's bold that I did that because I got sick of people thinking that because I was offering maybe advice sometimes or
that I can't
make a mistake, and I found myself overly saying things like, but I'm human,
right.
But I make mistakes, but I'm imperfect, and I shouldn't have to keep explaining that because I'm not judging you. I'm just offering you my experiences and advice through my experience. And I found that people listen to what they want to listen to, and they pick apart what they want to pick apart. You will literally give someone a whole this, and they take the one word out, and you be like, "That's what you got from that." Mm-hmm. And I couldn't deal with it no more. In the thought of like, I'm not gonna keep putting myself out here for y'all to think that I'm thinking I'm better because I'm not, and I don't want you to ever feel that way. I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna act a fool. I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna
human.
I'm a human. I'm gonna do all of those things, and tomorrow I'm gonna be like, praise God, Christians.
Amen.
Amen. It's nothing wrong with that, but you didn't ask to be put on a pedestal, so
no,
that's whatever. But I just kind of wanted to back up a little bit because you said a lot, like, and so.
My bad, I got to that.
No, but can we talk about life before boundaries and life before healing, like the process of it, like, because it's people that's gonna watch this and they gonna look at us and they gonna be, oh, maybe they healed, but I want to talk about the process. Like, let's talk about the dark days, being alone, like.
Definitely. So that's what my book is about. My book is called Not So Deaf Poets. So it's my poem book. Was like a memoir, so it's like different stories with each poem. And so I definitely talk about in the beginning what started my depression, right? So what started my depression for what I realized to be an over 10-year depression was before my parents had broke up, right? And then kids really deal hard with that, whether adults want to think about it or not. And although my parents needed to break up because it was my father was very toxic and he wasn't making my mom happy, it still was sad. And my dad started a whole new family, and I felt like you left me, right? So right after that happened, I started to overeat. And the overeating, my mother talks really rough. And I know she had great intention, but it was the way she said things during those times about me trying to get my weight together. But I'm thankful now because I know how to dress.
Right.
You know, it was certain things. She's like, okay, you got to be this kind of person. But it wasn't what she said, it was how she said it. And we're healing through that too. So then that started. And then he gets murdered, right? And literally, you wake up one day and you don't have a parent anymore. And I went through a shutdown moment. And then, so think about this. He gets killed at 12. I go to high school a year early. I go to high school at 13. So I'm literally going from middle school to high school within 9 months of my dad being killed. So then that's a transition because high school is a big deal, right? And then just a feeling of abandonment I felt for a very long time. So I was literally depressed for years. And then I was a girl, like most of us. I got a boyfriend in high school, and he wasn't a horrible person. I think that I contributed to a lot of the dysfunction because I saw my parents fight, and I thought fighting was love. And so when I tried to get out of that, he was rolling with it.
Right.
So we went through a very traumatic relationship, a very volatile relationship, verbally abusive to one another. I'm not going to put it all on him. Even we've been broken up for 6 years. I would never put that on him. He came from a great family. I saw a structure of a man and a wife married, like my grandparents. Like, I love his family. And so that depression, and then him cheating and me not feeling enough. And then, again, the verbal abuse was bad. It was bad. It was it was a lot of gaslighting. It was a lot of narcissism within relationships. So, you know, gaslighting will make you go crazy. Because the person that's literally playing with your words and make you feel like you're nuts, but they're doing what you're saying they're doing, right? And I literally found myself in my bed not taking baths. I found myself not going to work. I lost a great paying job. I literally, and then I wasn't a person people like to be around. This energy you feel now, you would be like, I hate to see her coming, because it was just
depressed.
It was depressed. It was down. It was catty. It was feisty. It was aggressive. It was mean. I argued I was combative. I was constantly finding myself defending myself, or it was just bad. So we going into 2016. My grandfather is dying. We don't know that he's dying. My grandfather raised me, amazing man. I'm watching him battle opioid addiction unbeknownst to himself. Like, he doesn't even recognize that he's going through opioid addiction. This is when, we're going through the crisis of the Oxycontin and the Percocet, and they're giving it to him and to get well, and it really made him worse, right? He ends up getting cancer through his whole entire body. We find out the same day he dies.
Wow.
And I told myself in that moment, I can no longer be unhappy, because he was 69, and 69 is young. That's a young man, whether people want to admit it or not. Like, he still could have had another 20 years of life left, let's say. And I told my boyfriend at the time, I'm like, I'm done with you. After we go to Mexico, nigga, I'm straight. Because I can't keep living. Like, I literally, and I found, let's go back. I knew he was cheating with somebody, and I said, okay, I'm done. My papa passes away. I'm literally praying for strength every day. I'm chanting it. I need strength. God, give me strength. God, give me strength. I can be at my desk at work. I can be throughout the day. I'm just embedding it in my head to be strong, and God takes my grandfather away. So I think God's message to me was, let's see how strong you really can be. I'm going to do something that's going to really fuck you up. It can fuck you up, right? Because in my mind, I've lost 2 dads, and I look back and say, I had 2 dads. Some people never had one. So who am I to be upset with God for taking away 2 men that loved me and cherished me and showed me how to be a woman and how a man should love a woman? Who am I to be upset when I had 2? Whether it was a short period of time or not, some people never had none.
Right.
So I had to look back too and be thankful and stop being the victim of stuff all the time, right? I get in my Bible. I'm like, I can't continuously be this person. So I end up losing that good job, even once I'm getting my healing together.
Yeah, I'm healing now.
I'm healing, but I start the Elle Matic View. Literally out of nowhere. I'm like, you know what? Phone propped up. Boom. Hey, this is what we on. And it was therapy for me.
Yeah.
It was. And I had, that relationship drained me and took so much from me, but I'm healed from that. We are friends, like best friends. His baby shower today. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's my dog, and I can't, we both made so many mistakes, but that relationship did take a lot of me, because for one, we were entirely too young.
Right.
I should have went to school. I should have done so many different things I didn't do. Looking back, like,
let's talk about young in relationships. Like, people want to be in love so bad, and they fail to realize, like, we got time.
The love start here.
Yeah, and you really got to love yourself.
And if you don't,
it's going to show in your relationship.
I literally did an 80-20 on myself as I was breaking up with him. I promise you. Remember the 80-20 that Tyler Perry did? I literally did that. All of the things I don't like about myself, and all the things I do like about myself. And I realized I got a list of great things about me. And the list I don't like is this big. So what through that can I change and I can fix? So I literally went from a person that had no self-esteem. I had 0 self-esteem. I didn't look at myself and see a pretty girl. I didn't look at myself and see anything. And I prayed upon it. That's why now I be like, hey, I'm fine. I'm this. You can't. My confidence is unmatched.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I don't go through times of not feeling good. I've gained 20 pounds in my happy relationship. I'm feeling like a fat ass. It's really, and so that's challenging for me right now, because I went from going through that to feeling good about myself. And then now I'm like, damn, I done gained this weight, and I'm not feeling as confident as I was. But again, you can change that, right?
Let me change that.
So I did the 80-20 on myself and was like, I didn't love myself. And I literally stayed by myself for a while. I think so many times we hear people say, to get through one relationship, you got to get into another. No, you don't. You're taking on so much baggage. Be by yourself.
You got to be alone.
It's okay to be alone, because being lonely and being alone is 2 different things.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, alone and being alone, because you can be with somebody and be lonely.
And be lonely.
No, I was lonely in my relationship. When I got by myself, I was great. I felt liberated.
Yeah.
I was able to go to eat. I go to eat by myself, movies by myself,
and not lonely
by myself, and don't feel on type
and
of way.
not lonely.
Yeah. You go by yourself? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I like me. I like my own company.
I go out of town by myself, and I have a ball.
I want to do that so bad. And everybody keep discouraging me not to do it.
What?
I wouldn't go like overseas by myself.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go out.
But going to another state,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was my 30-year-old bucket list, was to go out of town by myself. And everybody was like, don't do that. It's scary. I'm like, they're not going to sex traffic my old ass.
Well,
they don't want
I don't
me.
know. It's like, no.
You don't know.
I'm like, I'm 30.
But being alone, people are so scared to do. And to be honest, because I've gone through different stages of healing in my life, and don't get me wrong, I'm still healing, but it's been times where I've been by myself and I'm thinking, okay, boom, I'm good, and then boom, something else happened, now I gotta start over or whatever. But like,
because you're experiencing life, so every day with experiences you're healing.
So now that I know how to be alone, and I know the difference between being lonely and going to be with somebody just to say I got somebody,
not doing it.
Bye. Not gonna happen.
That's way more draining. And I feel like social media has a lot to do with it. Like, these people get on social media and they praise people relationship that they show, but they don't know. They don't even know. They might not even be happy. And I'm not saying don't show up. I can't tell people what to post on their page, but people have to learn to not believe everything that they think.
Just do what's for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do what's for you. I was saying, so after I dated him, I went through another like situationship that was fun for a while and then became toxic. And then through that, it was like, that was my daddy issue relationship. That was my relationship. Okay, I'm going to fix you because you remind me of my dad.
We got that so bad.
Fail. Okay.
We have that so
I'm not
fucking
God.
bad.
I have a healing spirit, but I am not God. So
Amen.
That is what that was, right? But I was okay once I got out of that situation. But again, everything I had to heal from. So then transition into the one I'm in now. It was so many things I thought I was healed from the first boyfriend that I wasn't. And I didn't recognize it.
It'll show you.
I acted a fool on this man for no reason. I said, you done lost your damn man. And he looked at me like, you're fucking crazy. But he didn't say it. He like, we gonna be all right. So patient with me, right? Like, it's okay. And I said, I'm really taking something out on you from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That I thought I healed from.
I was healed from. And I went to therapy behind relationships. I'm a firm believer in that. Like, but I had to have a therapy for me first. So therapy first started with me. And then it was okay.
To talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody else, but I wanted to talk to a black man therapist because I felt like I hadn't had any positive black male reinforcement in my life. Like, okay, I want to talk to a black man. Girl, he was a joke.
Shut up.
I ended up getting a white woman therapist that was my soulmate.
Shut up.
I was like, what are you? It was like we were aligned with each other. And she didn't get my life was something that she never understood, but she was able to complete my sentences in certain ways because I was growing out of that, of who I was, you know, to who I am now and just different things I wanted to experience. And I was like, you know what? Everybody needs therapy. And I just told him, I'm like, I want to go back just for healthy mental maintenance. Not that I'm going through anything, but it's so, like when y'all just asked each other, how's your mental health? You can't always call your friends with your problems all the time because they got their own life and their own thing going on. I'm paying you to talk to me for an hour.
Right.
I don't give a damn how your
Right.
Yeah.
I'm paying you.
You signed up for this.
You signed up for this. So this is why you go once a week or you go every 2 weeks. Every week is different. You know, nothing may have not happened.
Right.
Every week, but every 2 weeks going to talk to
So
someone.
you got a lot to say.
Come on. It's worth that. It's worth
I feel that.
You know, and I feel like we have to, and now us as millennials, we're making it more of the norm to go to therapy.
I think we should.
It's so important to do that and dating and encouraging men to do that, to go talk to somebody because they deal with a lot.
They deal with a lot, and they don't want to. They can't talk to their friends because they secretly competing with their friends.
Sure.
For two, they don't want to talk to their women because they don't want to seem weak. They don't want to talk to their parents, or maybe they don't have parents. But guys definitely need to go to therapy because
You'll be so much better.
You'll just be a better person. Like, just to be able to talk about the problems that you have that you act like you're not supposed to have. Like, guys act like they just not supposed to have problems, and it's not like that.
I'm good. Like, you're not good.
No, you're not.
And it's okay
It's
not
okay
to be good.
to not
They
be
always
good.
act like they okay. Like, but deep down inside, really going through it, really want to break down.
Let me tell you something about me. My mom's so bad. I just told a nigga before, like, go talk to your daddy that's in that jail. And have him hug you because you got a problem, and it's okay to have that problem.
It's okay.
But deal with that issue. I can't hug my daddy and say, but I guess I went to that grave and cussed his ass out.
Okay,
so why you send this horrible ass nigga to me? You know, and I realized too. I remember
you said you can't heal unless you deal.
Yes,
can't heal unless you deal.
You have to deal with the situation. I went to my dad's grave after 10 years and said, I hate you. I'm angry. You abandoned me. You left me. And I just released it. And at that time, I said, I can now deal with him and talk about him being dead and not be upset and not cry and not mourn and grieve like I used to. I used to just go to the grave for no reason. Why am I doing that? You know, the realm of life and death is two different things. I'm going there and it's nothing there, honestly. I could be talking to him here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that I had to literally go there and just let that out and let that anger out because I was angry at a dead person. I was angry at a dead man. And I had to say, Lexus, you're so selfish. That's my real name, but don't ever call me that. You're so selfish because this man made every sacrifice in this world to make sure you went to private school. You went to see Lil Bow Wow and Limo. You had change. You the life that he thought his children needed, he gave to you, and rather he got killed victim to that. It's unfortunate, but why are you? He did what he thought he should have did, and I had to understand where he came from his mother. him not having a father who was on drugs. You know, his mother raising 9 kids. At 31, she had 9 babies.
Oh my God.
And a single mother. So
See.
a lot of things is why people are who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's who are who they are. He never seen his mother be loved by a man.
Right.
That's important.
That's important.
That's important.
We talked about guys not treating women right because they never seen their mom be treated right. Like she has men in and out of her house, or she getting beat on, or she don't have a man at all. Like they don't even know. They don't know how. They can't give you love if they never really seen it.
I tell my mother
saying?
all the time because she'll say, "I don't think your dad loved me." I say he loves you to the capacity that he was taught.
That's all he knew.
So because he didn't love you the way you wanted to be loved, and I mean that he didn't love you in his own dysfunctional way.
Right.
And that's about dating people that can love you in your love language. I can't love you how I want to be loved because that's not be receptive to you. So that's why those conversations are important. That goes back to having early relationships because you don't know that
You don't even
at
know.
15.
Can you break that down a little bit more?
Loving you in your love language?
Yeah.
So as a 31-year-old woman now, when I'm going to dating, I have that conversation initially. And it might be weird to some people.
It might be.
And so I was very intentional with dating this time around because I know I want a husband. And I told my boyfriend now on our very first date, I'm not saying you are my husband and I'm not saying that I'm your wife, but if you don't want a wife, don't date me. And he was like, okay. Now,
all right.
2 weeks later, because he was like, this girl is scaring me. But even with that, I'm like, you're not going to text me to death. You're going to ask me on the second date or I'm going to block you. Okay, the second day came because I'm not playing those games.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be available when you want to be available. I'm not a kid. I'm not up texting all day.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk
I'm not
about
doing
that.
that. We're going to date and we're going to court. You're going to court me. If you never did it
Yeah.
before, I'm going to teach you. And either you can be receptive to the way I like to be treated or that might not be for you.
Right.
Next
That's cool.
one bus, next one coming. It's
Yeah.
okay, right? So I asked him, I said, do you like gifts? Do you like words of affirmations? And then also, he may not know that, right? It's about paying attention to people. So you'll know if someone likes compliments. You'll know if someone likes to spend quality time. You'll know that, okay, this is what they like. The gift giving is what they need to feel good, right? You have to ask those questions and also pay attention to people. I think that so many times that dating, and I'm not a date expert at all. I've had a lot of skills.
She said just in case the shit fuck up.
Yeah, you just speaking from experience.
Exactly. I think that we don't pay attention to our partners. We don't nurture our partners in a way of saying, okay, this is what they like, this is what they don't like, how I have to select my verbiage with them. So many things we have to pay attention to people. It's not just about you and how you feel. And that goes back even to my entitlement of thinking sometimes it's all about me and I can't. And I have to ask him sometimes in the life that he lived, how are you feeling today? Are you all right? Do you need me to do anything to make your day better?
Right.
It's okay to ask a man that because sometimes that's all he might need.
That's all.
So when his friends say you go home every day, that's why he come home every day. That's why he is okay sitting on the TV watching 911 or
Right.
Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
He cool with that because he come home to a peaceful household. But I also can be peaceful because he provides me peace. And I think too we were a situation where we understood each other. It was organic. It was effortless. We didn't go in thinking I didn't really want a boyfriend, but I said if I got a date, I want a husband. I don't have time for this shit no more. I don't have time for the heartbreak. It ain't in me because I'm going to jail and you going to hell. So you better figure it out. That's how I'm really feeling. I'm letting you know that I'm on because I'm happy being single. I was living my Carrie Bradshaw life.
Right.
But I knew I needed, and I had to pray on it too. I was very specific and intentional with my prayer.
You gotta be.
With my husband prayer of God, send me a life partner, a person that understands my journey and go along with my path, a person that will learn with me every day. It was very intentional. I was very specific with God as to what I wanted, and also God that when I'm ready for it, that you prepare me. That you prepare me for that blessing. Because sometimes we'll ask for things that we're not ready for. So when we get it, we fumble the bag. And there's nothing worse than fumbling that holy bag. Because God, you got to ask God, prepare me for my blessings. You know what I'm saying? So, but also to know your worth and also to set boundaries in your relationships too. You are my boyfriend, not my husband. So certain things I'm just not doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
and you
talk
gotta
about
understand
talk about the boundaries in like a relationship versus being married.
A marriage.
Yeah.
I'm not married, but I was raised by a husband and wife. But are you married? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, black woman. This is the learning every day. This is the talk about that. We talk about this marriage swap.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want the listeners to get a difference because
How
I know.
long have you been married?
5 years.
Damn. Okay. That's a long time because we're young.
We are.
That's a long time. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Every day is a challenge.
Every day is a challenge, y'all.
Every day you learning and growing and figuring it out, and raising 2 children, and still being a 30-year-old woman.
Almost 30.
Okay, almost 30. I'm the only,
She's speaking life into
I'm
it.
18. I'm the auntie.
No,
This
listen,
way
I'm
call me
definitely
auntie.
giving auntie vibes, but I just feel like I kind of didn't have any different boundaries from girlfriend, boyfriend to wife because I knew that I wanted to be a wife. So I was doing things as a wife. I just was. I knew I wanted to get married.
Let me pause her right there. So we had a conversation when we had men on here and it was us. So it's like us versus them, like women to men, right? And we talked about, should you do wifely duties for a man that you're not
a
married
wife too.
Yeah.
It's hard to even separate the two because what is
It
wifely
is.
duty?
That-
You know what I'm saying?
that was the conversation.
But, so for me, I didn't want to move in fast. A situation happened where he begged space like, you coming here
Right.
for your safety, you need to move here, and that freaked me out. Because I'm like, this is so soon. It was
That's
4
like-
months. But he was really a man that stood on that. Like, no, you're going to stay here. You'll
Yeah.
be fine. Get over it.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm washing clothes. I'm cooking. I'm cleaning. I'm doing those type of things. But I do go out with my homegirls.
Yeah.
I have my girls' nights.
Yeah.
I'm going out. I'll see you later. I'm respectful. You got
Yeah.
my location.
Yeah.
Because of the life I live. You know, you need to know where I'm at. You can always come. I'm going to tell you where I'm at, what I'm doing, but I'm not going to not live my life.
Right.
Because I have a boyfriend. I'm going to still be me.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to.
But you got some. I have my best friend is married, and she really ain't doing nothing without that man most times.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sometimes she do,
I get it. I get
But-
it.
I think I get a lot of people that's married that's kind of like that. Like,
you
that
lose
they-
yourself, and I think that's not okay.
It's not okay.
Cause your man gonna always have his friends. And you gonna be at home pissed. Cause he gonna go out with his homeboys without you one day, and you gonna be.
And you gotta be mad.
Gonna be mad.
You gotta be pissed.
You gotta.
Yeah,
you
like,
gotta
I'm
have
going to be
your,
sitting there looking, what do I do now?
have your life outside.
Go outside with my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and even if it's just going out to eat, or
Yeah.
just, having
Yeah.
some drinks, getting yourself dialed up and doing that thing. Cause I feel like, excuse me, I watched my grandmother be married for 48 years, and my grandfather passed away, and I feel like that was for her. It's sad to say, and it's hard to even fathom that. I think he died for her to figure out who she was as a woman.
Because
In her
you
60s.
lose yourself. You lose yourself being, first of all, getting married and or having kids. You become a mother or you become a wife. You are never just you. Like, you never have time for
You're
yourself.
first. You're that first.
Yeah, you're that first instead of being you first.
And
like
that's
you,
the problem.
It's the problem.
Because you are you first.
you should be
They
you
can leave.
first.
Your kids gonna have their own life. Your husband can say, I don't want
And
this
you
no
just-
more. And then who
entitlement.
are you?
It's entitlement.
Who are you at that point? You have to always remain yourself.
You
That's
do.
why I'm gonna get dressed up. I'm gonna go. I don't give a damn if I ride around Orchard Lake all day and I do shit. I need to be me. I need to, and that's a part of my prayer to, again, understanding my path and my journey where I'm going, because I need you to be comfortable in letting me be myself.
Yeah.
Because if I can't be myself, I'm going to rebel. And then you're not your authentic self if you can't be you. If you're confining to what you think that norm is, that social norm is, you're never going to be who you are. So when you finally get out there, you get buck wild. You ever see those girls that, I got a boyfriend, I don't do that. Then they break up, she the biggest hoe in Detroit. You be like, oh,
Right.
baby, I thought she was. That hoe was always up in you.
Yeah.
Be who you are. Don't be fake. Be who you are. I'm going to do me. I'm going to go get my drinks.
Right.
I'm going to put my see-through on. I'm going to put my belly top on. I'm going to be myself. You're going to be on my shoulder. Not behind me, not in front of me. We gonna be
Side to
side.
side.
And you're gonna roll with that. I'm your sexy woman. I'm not gonna be fake. My grandma wore see-through at 60
Yeah.
and leather
And it's
lace.
okay.
And it's okay.
Because that's what I like.
And some men don't like that. You're not for me. Then I'm not gonna change that for you. You're not meant for me. Who's for you is for you. Equally yoked. That go back to it being married. And I've just had this conversation with somebody too. So many people don't get married and don't have God in their union. They don't know the union between man and woman. They don't understand the head and the rib. So people get married and these marriages don't last because it was just the wedding.
Right.
It was just to say I got
Yeah,
a
we didn't even
husband.
have a wedding.
And that's okay.
No, it's great.
It's fine. Y'all did what was best for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I told him, and I've never said this. I said, we can get married at the justice of the love, for the peace, whatever. With nothing tomorrow, and I do it because I know that
Yeah.
God designed you for me and designed me for you. I
Yeah.
feel that wholeheartedly. But I still want my 7 carat and
Hello?
my white picket fence.
Yeah.
I want all of that when it's time. But
Yeah.
I would be your wife today if you asked me. I'm not rushing you. I'm not putting that on you, but I would do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's how strongly I feel about it. But again, he allowed me to be me. And sometimes he be like, you always gotta wear see-through. It's redundant. You met me like this.
Hello.
Your last is too long. You met me like this. I'm not about to play
You met me with these full sets.
You met me with these caterpillars on my eyes, and I'm keeping them.
For real.
You gotta just be you.
You gotta be you. You gotta be you. I'm just not gonna lie.
Because I can't be happy if I can't be me. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna have a healthy relationship. And same for him. He's not gonna be, if you're not able to talk and be relatable and have those conversations, even when it's uncomfortable, you're not gonna be happy.
Uncomfortable conversations. Pin it, because people do not have them because sometimes it can get real uncomfortable. So have you ever talked to somebody, whether it was somebody you was dealing with or just could have been a friend or situation, whatever the case may be, and you're trying to tell someone how you feel, and you're nagging, this is that and the third. Like,
that's gaslighting.
I feel like you don't want to have this uncomfortable conversation because it can get real uncomfortable, and people don't like to hear about themselves.
People don't like the truth. People don't like to be held accountable. And if I can't hold you accountable, if you can't hold me accountable, we don't need to be eating each other lies. If you can tell me that wasn't cool, I don't appreciate you doing that. And I might not hear you the first time, but I'm going to come back, I'm going to revert back to it and say, this is people to understand too. Apologizing does not mean that you think that you're wrong. I can simply say, I apologize that you feel that way. That was not my intention. But you're still recognizing how they feel and still standing on what you believed in. You get what I'm saying? People feel like, if I don't want to apologize, I wasn't wrong. You're still not saying that you're wrong.
Right,
that doesn't negate the fact that they felt this way.
Right.
People have to understand, again, recognizing how you made someone feel. I have friends and I'm learning every day how to speak to people. I have to deal with everybody differently. I might can talk to you in a more direct way. I might can't talk to her. I might have to simply, literally my little sister, we're 7 years apart. I have to understand my sister. I have to be selective with my words to get through to her. Because if I'm aggressive, if I'm straightforward, she'll reject me and go at me. My sister is a go at her, and it's not gonna work. She's gonna completely miss me. I'll have to say really nice, soft, subtle words, but still be direct with my approach at the same time. And she'll be like, damn, you right. You have to learn how to deal with people. And if you don't want to deal with people, then don't deal with nobody. But don't come ruffling feathers and thinking people are supposed to accept you for who you are. No, that's not how that works. So yes, being uncomfortable is the only way you're going to grow as a person. That's why it's funny you say that, because I said that's my point of doing movies. At some point I wanted to write, direct, and produce movies about those uncomfortable conversations that are actually normal. Rape, molestation, being gay in Black society as a regular man, just certain things that in our culture we don't discuss, but it's more normal than it is not. Normal. And we need to be comfortable having those conversations, because even with things like rape or molestation, we don't talk about because we're afraid how we're gonna make somebody else feel about it. But this is an experience that you had. Why are you afraid how it's gonna make somebody else feel? And that's why so many people hide those.
They don't even talk about it.
They don't talk about it. And that's something I'm dealing with. Just having those. I can't believe I'm even saying this right now. It's something I've dealt with. I've never even said this publicly or even to my mom or nobody. Like, just thinking, because kids mess with kids, right? And you can forgive a person. Like we just said, I can forgive you at arm's length. Before we got on,
not even talk to you.
And I talk to you and I forgive you because I understand what you went through was what you went through, and you didn't mean to hurt me. How can I say that, right? That's how healed I am, in a way of like, I understand why you did what you did to me. Because you went through some shit that I couldn't even have fathomed.
Right.
And I'm sorry you had to experience that, but I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So in so many words, y'all get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But that is uncomfortable for some people. And for me to be able to have that conversation now and not have a tear or not feel a certain type of way, I'm just... God working on me every day, and every day it's not like this. I've been struggling. I think I needed this. You came to me at the right time, because I've been struggling.
That's what I told you, that it was like a divine thing.
Was.
I joined a prayer group, not to cut you off, to where I go pray with these ladies, and we like peers, so we all almost the same age. So like most of us are in our 20s. I think the other lady, she might be a little older, but she like the mom of the group. So we need that. But it's like young girls that like live everyday lives like us, have a lifestyle, whatever, but their prayer life wasn't always there. So like they created this group. The lady, she said, God came to me. I knew of these girls, but I didn't know them. And she reached out to them and said, God told me that we got to read Proverbs, the book of Proverbs. And they all came together and read it. And since then they had this prayer group. But like I go, it's every other Thursday. And they so spiritually connected with God, they could tell you you know, what you got going on. And I keep praying to have that. So when I said
discernment.
when I said that, I said this is the right time for the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to add that in there. That's like I'm growing and I can feel it. I know, like, it's just ironic, like how things come to me now. Like, but also I'm still healing. So some days I be clowning, like.
No, but here's the thing: I can praise God every day. God built me in His image, but I'm not God.
Right.
I'm gonna sin. I was born in sin. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if you want to go have a drink. It's okay if you want to cuss. It's okay if you want to have sex before marriage, because I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
I'm going to do, but I'm going to praise God. And
We're not perfect.
I'm not perfect.
Nobody's
He's going to be
perfect.
the head of my life. And He's going to guide me and all of that. And I'm going to do my manifestation stickers on my mirror. I'm going to text my friends, you know, little spiritual. And we do that too. I have a friend. You got to get Whitney on here next. You can masterpiece. You got to get her on here next.
Okay. We got to reach out.
Yes. Well, listen to her podcast. She did with Kelsey too.
Okay.
But her Instagram is You Can Masterpiece, and she does affirmations, and she's a spiritual advisor and a life coach. She's my
like
best
that.
friend. We beefing right now too, but yeah, no, we ain't really beefing. That's how much I still love her. She made me mad the other day. We good, so. But that's how much it's like, and we call each other soulmates because she really is my soul.
Soulmates are important.
It's so, and people feel like that isn't. We could talk about that too.
Right.
Different soulmates at different times in your life because your soul goes through different transitions.
It does.
You may have a person that connects at that part of your life, but she's a person we've experienced a lot together, and we had spiritual awakenings around the same time. And just, she's always been more into. She helped me become a spiritual person a lot, you know, as far as reading and praying, being there for me when I needed someone, and even when she probably needed someone more than I did, she always was there.
Still there.
Always still there, and just a beautiful spirit, a beautiful person. And it's just so important to have that sister group where you can pray and laugh and turn up and do all of that together. We're going to pray together. We're going to get money together. We're going to do all these great things together. And even still, sometimes you need boundaries, sometimes you need breaks and do all of that type of stuff. But I'm going to still love you and pray for you. And just back on that spiritual thing, like, I don't confine myself to, like, I'm a Baptist, I'm a this, I'm a that. I study a lot of different things. I have family that's Muslim. I have family that's Moors. I have family that's sanctified. I have family. I grew up Catholic.
Right.
My grandmother grew up Lutheran. My mom grew up Jehovah's Witness. So many different things. And for me, it's just knowing that God is the head of my life, and there is a being out there that makes this whole world go round. I definitely believe that. And my life would not be anything without God. Like literally, and I know God's real because I've seen Him intervene and change my life in so many different ways. I would not be anybody had I not picked that book up, Psalms, and prayed and read. I remember Corey, my ex-boyfriend's first cousin, we are like, it's like my best friend. And she's like, read the book of Psalms. It's going to get you through this difficult time.
Every time.
And it really did. And it was I needed that because I was losing my mind. I was literally losing my mind. And I saw it unraveling every day. But when my papa passed away, it was like, get your shit together, because you here for a reason, and you here for a good time and a long time, so you got to get this good thing going. And I know I have so many different gifts and talents that have to be displayed, and that's when I said I'm gonna stop doing what people say I couldn't do, and I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do. That was I started acting. I did my first professional play in 2017. I started doing independent films. I had people say Detroit movies. No, we're independent film industry.
Period.
Just like, you know, LA has it. We're actually number 3 in the country. So Detroit's actually
Yes.
and even with that, I had to quit my corporate job. God gonna make a way. I'm gonna figure it out. That's how I started bartending. I mean, I was already in the bar working a little bit, but it was like, okay, God, I need you to help me with a steady income so I can be more available to do what I love to do. And so acting is just a stepping stone for me to write, direct, and produce at some point. Even with the book, I literally wrote my book on my phone.
Period.
I always wrote poetry. And I was like, I'm going to just make this a thing, because we don't really have poem books. And like, this is interesting. And one of my dad's best friends is Jessica Care Moore. She was on Def Poetry back in the day. She's best friends with Dave Chappelle, Most Def. She's like huge. Never knew she was my dad's best friend in high school. We reached out on Instagram. She like, you Willie Powell daughter. I'm like, you know my daddy for real.
Right.
And my mama like, yeah, she went to high school. I'm like, oh my God, this is full circle. Like, how this is my favorite poet. So the book is just everything we're just talking about here today. just more in depth. I got poems in there. I'm adding memes from like my Twitter, my Instagram, so just different writings of Elle Matic and just things that I talk about. And because my life is forever going and forever changing, this is just one of many.
Right. That's what's up.
You got a little small poem you want to read us? Because now I'm interested.
Yeah, let's hear one. Let's hear one. But that's, I feel like, you know, divine time. Like, that's walking in your purpose. And she came and you reached out to her, and that's what's up.
It is.
And that's all you really do have to do is reach out to people. You have to reach out to people. Like, and you never know.
You never know what they're going to say. So when I wrote, it's called Sweet Prince of the Ghetto. Don't you know you're the most beautiful sight to see? Like the son of Mary and Joseph, they don't fear what they don't see. They fear what they don't know. Sweet Prince of the Ghetto, created in his image to withstand the darkest nights and weather all storms. Nobody home to keep you warm. Sweet Prince of the Ghetto. In the midst of the sorrow, whose hoodie you gonna borrow? To wipe the tears because of fears. The war on ghetto soil becomes fear. Sweet Prince of the Ghetto. Who gonna have your back while you dodging white cops trying to stack blue Frankies in the shadows of your daddy's demons? Fiending for the dough. Trust gets low, especially when the duck is loosened up and shit gets fucked up and the deal you trying to seal ain't worth the sacrificing you made to become another statistic and you're part of ruining the ghetto. Sweet Prince of the Ghetto.
Yes.
I wrote that in the car. Driving from work, I was listening to Lauryn Hill, Sweet Prince of
I love Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boom, and just start typing that as I'm literally driving home from working at Comcast.
Yes.
Things like that just
That
pop in my
is
head.
nice. That's nice. Oh, my goodness.
When does the book come out?
Tentatively end of September.
Okay.
So we're going through I had to hire an entertainment attorney because I'm big on hip hop and I add a lot of hip hop little snippets to it so to make sure that legally I can.
I heard on Juneteenth your poem.
Oh, yeah.
That was really nice.
Thank you.
It was really nice.
Thank you. So I try to do them here and there, but I wanted to, and I don't always just write. Like it just has to just kind of be on my mind and my heart to drop some words. And that was something that was sacred to me. I didn't really want to share that with people. And Mazani, you know Mazani's here. She reached out. She was having him a poetry night at Punchline. This was like 2 years ago. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
You did it?
Oh my God. And I couldn't believe how my words are just so affluent.
Really?
Because like I can talk to y'all like this, but that's personal to me. So actually able to have that, it was like I couldn't even believe I did it because I can get twisted up on my words because I can get a little bit nervous. And it just was going. And Kelsey came to that, and that's when me and Kelsey kind of like got to know each other a little bit more. And they was like, "Oh, you deep for real?"
Yeah.
And I think it shocked people, like, "Oh, you really not?"
Yeah.
Because you don't really know people. Like I was surprised when I saw you do this. I was like, "Damn, for real." I don't know you like that, but I know of you through passing through mutual associates, and I just was like, "Okay, that's sweet," and I'm proud of y'all for this. Like
you.
this is what we
Thank
need.
you.
Yeah.
More women reaching out, getting together. Healing, dealing, you know what I'm saying? Just
Healing
having
and
those
dealing.
uncomfortable conversations. Y'all got me to reveal something, and I'm probably gonna get, I'm probably gonna get a call when this comes out. What happened to you? Why you never told me this? Right. To the strangers, this, and it's like, it's not even just that. This is, like I said, therapy.
It's going to be somebody that watch it, I can promise you, because yesterday somebody told me I was at work, and I work, like, with thousands of people for my, like, little second job. He like, I know you from somewhere. I'm like, you don't know me. Like guys say anything. He like, yes, I do know you. You got a podcast. I'm like, oh, like, yeah. He was like, no, I saw you on Instagram. He like, y'all doing y'all thing or whatever. He like, I ain't coming at you like that kind of girl, whatever. Like, he like, I know how to. I'm like, yeah, I'm just checking.
And people, we watch podcasts together. We watch $1 Million Worth of Game, Drink Champs. I used to watch Drink Champs by myself.
Like, yeah, I love them.
Love Drink Champs. And people really like connect and vibe off of podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, he told me, he like, please watch this Millions Worth of Game. And I saw y'all, bumped into those guys. Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats. Like their relationship kind of reminded me of, how we communicate and how we deal with each other. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it. Months passed by, 2 months. And I was like, the other day, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it now. And I turned it on the TV because he's like, why would you watch it on the TV? I'm like, because why are you watching it on your phone?
Yeah.
Just put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
right
put it
now.
on TV.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
easier.
it is a lot just how they operate. And you never would guess that this lady drove a Mazda 6 for 10 years and she was Alicia Keys.
Yeah,
that frugal with her dollar. Girl had a been balled out. Girl had been got the Lambo.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how they balance each other. And it's just like I said, watching podcasts and talking to different people, it's relatable. It's someone just like you or almost like you, just so you can be like, you're not alone. So having these conversations are important to the community and people who don't know us and that want to understand Black culture, that these are the things that we go through, and this is why we are who we are. And I would rather not be nothing else in this world but to be Black.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly, I love everything about Black people, Black women, and I loved even more now that as women we're realizing we're not each other's competition.
And we got to be together.
I can do what you do, you can do what I do, and we don't do it the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even with me having an Elementary View and you guys having y'all show, it's two totally different things. We can still sit here and talk to each other and learn and vibe, and you know. This is great.
It's great. Love it.
I done learned a lot of things. I meant to know a lot of stuff, but like when we get off and I go to my car, I'm gonna be writing in my notes like, okay, do this, read this, do that, or whatever. Like, so like not only does the podcast help people, it helped me.
Yeah,
like I learned from
therapy.
the people. Yeah, I learned from people like, wow, you went through that. Wow, that happened to you. Oh, that helped you. And like I tried certain things. So
you can learn from anybody, even if it's what not to do.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
one
can
of the
learn
biggest
from a
lessons.
bum on the street. Like, I don't want to smoke crack because this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an alcoholic. I want to drink, but I might be a little more conscious because you on the street begging for quarters because you want to get a little dollar shot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just, you can learn from anybody. And I think it's important that we realize that you can learn from your kids. You know, even as small children, you can learn from even the lady we just seen outside. You know what I'm saying? What you can learn. You can learn. And so learning is important. That's how your mind expands, and that's how you grow every day. Just learning each other.
still working on setting those boundaries.
You gotta set boundaries.
You gotta reset them sometimes.
You do.
You gotta alter them, fix them, make a little stricter. Like,
because you will realize, like, okay, I did this with one person, not with the other person, and then, like I say, even with family, with friends. Sometimes I don't want to talk on the phone. I need to just get a break. I got to just separate myself. I got things going on in my own life that I can't deal with that. I had to tell my friend the day, don't call me and dive right into the conversation. Say, what you doing? But she said, I don't want to know what you're doing. I'm trying to tell you something. No, you ask what I'm doing. So I can't talk in front of who I'm in front of. So
right.
Figure out what I got going on. You cannot. And I'll be like, I'll call you back. Because you
don't care.
You don't care.
You don't care, bro.
I'll lay it down.
Call you in a minute.
that happened to me today. She ain't had no bad intention. It was just I had something going on to where I couldn't even be receptive of what she was saying or even be there for her because I was in the middle of a midlife crisis at the moment. So I'm like, let me call you right back. And I end up texting her like I wasn't being rude, but I really had something going on in that moment. She called or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna call and check on you later. Like,
not to be dismissive.
Yeah. So I don't think she took it that way because me and her like soulmates. But I don't not want to answer the phone because you never know. Like somebody might need something.
Girl, they can call it. That's what 911 is.
Hey, look, what they say, if you go to sleep with your phone or do not disturb, you don't care about nobody. I don't.
You like
I
at
don't.
all. Not
My
at all.
phone,
And see, my phone is a hot box. People still not really understand I live with somebody. This motherfucker ring all day. I gotta get a second phone. I do got it. And I never cared before. It was just me. This motherfucker can ring all day. And be like, no, you're driving me crazy. Like, ding, ding, ding. All that.
I got a whole little time frame. Really, I could go all day if I don't really have nothing to do.
And that is a boundary.
It's my favorite one. It's like my favorite one. Like, that's why I said, like, I want to get back to you when I'm ready to talk. But when I call, you better answer. Like, that's why I'm working on it.
The phone? That's the other side. What is you ain't answer the phone? Like, bitch, you ain't answer the phone for 2 days.
Yeah, like what?
The nerve of you.
I'm working on it. I'm working on that.
We all, nobody perfect.
Do not disturb really scared me because it was a point where, like, somebody really, really needed me and I was close and I could have helped them. But because my phone was on Do Not Disturb, I missed all the calls. Like, that's when Do Not Disturb first came out, and I probably was just milking it at the time because it was something new.
Don't feel guilty about that, though.
Yeah, I mean, not anymore, but I'm just saying, like, now that just, like, scares me. So, like, I put my text on silent versus my whole phone on silent because, I mean, it don't ring anyway, but I feel like that one time somebody might need me, but that's just, like, for me, that's what happened to me, so I'm scared.
I understand. Yeah. I never really used Do Not Disturb.
Long as my kids at home with me, my phone gonna be on Do Not Disturb.
Boo-boo, I'm doing boo-boo, you ask to go to voicemail. I don't care.
See, I'm a nap type of person, too, so my phone being the reason that I gotta wake up in a mid nap, like, it's like.
Do you have an attitude when you wake up out of a nap? Like,
yes.
What?
And that's why I don't play that. I don't even play with it.
It's a song I want to hear and my phone ring.
I'm trying to do a video and everything.
I'm gonna wind blowing. I'm having a good time. But what? They like you. My mom gonna be like, you so moody. Like I am, but like I am.
I am moody. You growing every day. Like
I'm not working on being moody. I am who I am. And I can be just moody sometimes. And it's not.
I feel like all of us everybody is moody.
This is what I'm favorite
depending
saying.
on the time.
It's not personal, but it's personal. It's not personal to you. It's personal for me.
Yeah.
So my time for me is for me. It's not that I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just need to be
Listen, it has nothing to do with you, babe.
Stop being offended. Stop thinking that everything is about you. This is about me just want to be by myself. I want to ride in the car with silence sometimes. I want to sit in my house and I want my boyfriend to be in the whole other room. Get out of my face. I want the door shut and I want to just sit in here. You're not watching TV. I'm not doing nothing. I don't want to hear anything. Because life is always this.
Always.
It's always.
Too much noise.
And too much noise will blind you. And you won't be able to just... And that's a problem. Too much noise is a problem.
That's why I just said I need to just go and unplug real quick.
Yep. Decompress. And there's nothing wrong with that. And turn that phone off if you got to.
Oh, baby, don't. You don't got to
phone
tell
gonna be off
me.
before
Because I can't help you. I can't even help you, babe. I'm not there. I can't help you.
What you want me to do about it?
I don't even want to know. So
don't call me with the problem.
No.
I don't have time for it no more.
I don't.
The gossip, the problem.
Baby, please don't call me.
Yeah, don't come with the gossip.
I don't want to hear it. And it used to be a time where the tea was the tea.
Where the tea was the tea, and it was hot, and it was
cool.
cool.
We all still, people still chat.
Yeah,
we
for
all
sure.
Still chat. I like to call it chat, but I don't want to hear about nobody else's business. Because what I realize about that too is that always having your input or opinion, it too can be you. Mm-hmm. And then when it's you,
and that's that part.
Is that
but
part.
even when
It's
it become you,
it's gonna be you, or it was you.
People won't be like, oh, well, I used to say this wasn't gonna be me. Like when I was growing up younger, when I was like 21, oh, I never do that. This will never be me.
And
girl,
I stopped that early on because stuff started happening to me, and I'm like, dang, like look at me.
I learned to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Be quiet sometimes. Don't have to put your input. You don't have to always have an opinion. It ain't none of my business because I don't even want to speak that because I don't want that to happen to me in my life. And then guess what? It still very much so could, but I don't have that in the back of my head that said, damn, I judge that person. You know, because it's so easy to judge other people, and we still gonna judge people. But for the most part, I'm trying to make a conscious. I used to be very judgmental when I was younger. Very judgmental
when you feel like you got your shit together and you on your high horse.
A whole joke. But a lot of times that's deflection of what your real life problems is. So it's so much easier to deflect on somebody else and their problems and not deal with your own.
That's a fact.
That's really a lot of the times what it be. So that's why people be so quick to be so opinionated. Think about look at Wendy Williams. Her life was gossip, and now it's in shambles. It's unfortunate, but it's bound to happen because you can't sit and judge other people's life and think that you're going to live this swell one. It's not going to work like that.
Well, she's coming back with something. She got something to say. She's starting a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love me some Wendy, though. My grandma thought Wendy was God. Wendy said, my grandma, Wendy don't know everything. It's okay. Like, because Wendy said it. I'm like, show her off Wendy.
Please.
Love Wendy. But I wish her the best. You know, she broke barriers. She the reason why we want to do podcasting. She the reason why we think we can say what we want to say, do what we want to do, and be unapologetically who we are. So I don't take that away from her. But, she was what she was, and she is who she is. And that's a good thing about her. She don't ever bite back on that. So
I'm Wendy Williams. And how you doing?
Right, how you doing?
Well, we gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We do appreciate you coming out. If there's anything you want to let the people know, I know you already said it, but if something that you missed, you want them to know. If not, tell them where they can find you at.
Okay, so Get Paid movie premiere is tomorrow at Bel Air Theater. If you ladies want to, you're gonna be out of town if you want to come. I'm in that movie. China Borderline Hair Salon wrote an amazing script.
Make sure you let her know we looking for her.
Oh, for sure, I sure will. She just texted me too, so I make sure you gotta get her on here for the movie because she did a great job, and China has provided ways for all of us, and I love she's a great person too. I have that coming out. I have Parental Discretion Advisory is coming out October 1st. My girl Av season 2 is coming out this summer. I'm working on another lead role. I'm writing my own script. Hopefully 2023 that'll be out. So many different things. Again, the book is tentatively coming out September 25th. We'll have a premiere for that. I want you guys to come live if y'all can, and have a camera person and kind of just do interviews or do whatever you want to do, or we can do this again. We could set up. We can figure it out. We'll talk about that. But I would love to actually have y'all there to be a part of the not paparazzi, but like press.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
That'd be
I'm
great.
down.
Paparazzi.
Yeah, we can
paparazzi
do that.
me.
Yep. So let's do that. I want to do all things Black, all things for the culture, all things healing, all things to just make a way. So
let's get it.
Before I let you, let them know where they can find you at.
The Elle Matic View. So that's the ELLEMATIC View. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Elle Matic like Nas. Elle Matic, I'm the best of all time.
I know that.
That's
Drop
right.
Smike.
Y'all know where to find us at Adore, the letter N, Daisy. That's on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are at 800 subscribers. I forgot how I let that slide. But
Yeah, we need to get to 1,000 plus. So keep
It's
liking,
happening.
subscribing, and yeah, see y'all next time.
This is great. I'm